Hi everyone, it's Joy Nelson with my second Sweet of the Month video using the Elegantly Said stamp set and the Elegant Tag Punch, which is part of the Simply Elegant suite. We will also be using this gorgeous designer series paper and the trim that comes in the suite. So I'm going to show you a little sample of what we will be making. We will be making this spanner panel 3-fold card. So when you cut it a certain way, you have this front piece with a spanner panel, and then the other portion folds down for your second fold, and then you have a third panel here. So you have 1 panel, 2 panels, 3 panels. So I'm going to show you how to cut your cardstock so that you can get this spanner panel card. Taking an 8.5 inch by 5.5 inch card base and scoring it in the middle at 4¼ inches, you're going to take a bone folder and get a nice crisp crease at the fold. And then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' trimmer and taking it, putting it on the 1¼ inch line. Oh. I am going to cut down to the fold line. Then I need to flip it over, and again at the 1¼ inch, I'm going to take it from the bottom up this time and go up to the score line. Now that creates my front for this card. This is what you end up with for the front of your card after you have cut at 1¼ inches on each side down to the fold line. Now I'm going to bring in some 1 inch wide pieces. The acetate sheet, a 1 inch by 4 inch piece. You will notice that the metric measurements will be included at the end of this video. I'm going to do 2 1 inch by 4 inch pieces of designer series paper in one pattern, and 2 1 inch by 4 inch pieces of designer series paper in another pattern. I'm also going to bring in some Bermuda Bay, which is 1 1/8 inch by 4 1/8 inch, and I'm going to attach these designer series paper pieces to my Bermuda Bay pieces. As you can see, I have left a small 1/16 inch border around both pieces. Now it's time to attach my spanner panel to the front of my card. Since I'm using acetate sheet, I'm going to bring in some mini glue dots and attach them on the front of this card. But first, I just remembered that I need to work on this middle panel first. For this middle panel, I have a 1 inch by 3 inch strip and a 2.5 inch by 3 inch strip that I have texturized with the Tasteful Texture 3D embossing folder. going to go ahead and attach this to my middle panel. I am going to go ahead and stamp this 1 inch by 3 inch piece. I will be using Bermuda Bay ink and the thank you stamp from this set all the way over on the side, and then bringing in Pool Party ink and this flower stamp from this set. Now that I have that piece stamped, I am ready to attach that piece onto my middle panel. Butting it right up against the previous piece. I am also going to be bringing in a piece, a 3 inch, maybe a little hair bigger than 3 inch piece, and putting that onto my layer here. I also need a small strip of 1/4 inch by 3 inch of the gold foil, and with the skinny of a strip, it's going to work best if I use the multi-glue for this. Butting that gold strip up right against the previous Pool Party piece that I stamped. And I have a little hanging off the edge, so I'm going to take my paper snips and just trim that. Now you will see why it was important to finish that middle panel before I attach my clear acetate spanner panel to the front, because I am lining this up to go directly on top of that 1 inch Pool Party piece that I put on my middle panel. Now you can see we have our spanner panel attaching the 2 front panels. And we can go ahead and put these layered pieces on the 2 front edges of our spanner panel, right on top of our acetate spanner panel. Since we have that part and we have our second panel, let's go ahead and work on our third panel using a piece of 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch, and I'm going to stamp with the All Things You Do Are Simply Amazing stamp and our Bermuda Bay ink pad. First, let me not get ahead of myself. I want to go ahead and use some washi tape to attach these 2 pieces so that I have an idea of where I need to be to stamp in the middle of this inside panel. Now that I have an idea of where those are going to go, I'm going to stamp the All Things You Do Are Simply Amazing. I would have gone ahead and attached them, except if I make a mistake, then I can flip this piece of cardstock over and use the back side. Now that we have that on there, we can go ahead and remove these pieces so that we can permanently attach them, taking off our washi tape. To give it a little extra interest, and a little more color, I am adding 2 strips 1/4 inch by 4 inches long of the Bermuda Bay cardstock. Again, using my multi-purpose liquid glue. Well, it looks like one of my strips is just a little bit longer, so that's what I'm going to do, is trim the excess off with my paper snips and then attach this to the inside panel of this card. As you can see, I have left a little bit of a border around, so that is our back panel, our middle panel, our front panel. Now all we have to do is make our focal point. Taking a scrap piece of Very Vanilla and the Elegant Tag Punch, I'm going to punch out one of the tags. And then use this flower stamp and my Pool Party ink After I ink it with the Pool Party, I'm coming back with a Bermuda Bay Stampin' Up marker and the wider brush tip. I'm not going to go down directly because I don't want to ruin the tip. I'm going to tilt it, and I'm going to come in and put a little extra color into the center of these flowers. Then I'm going to take the Pear Pizzazz marker and come in and do the leaves and the stem part. The reason I felt confident in going over this stamp with the markers without, blocking off part of it is because this is a lighter color ink. The Pool Party is a lighter color ink, and I was using darker color ink on top of it. So now I'm going to stamp this where the stem goes down into this part of the punch. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So I've gone ahead and taken some of the gold Simply Elegant trim. It comes in a package where it has silver and gold. I've taken the gold and I've gone ahead and tied a bow so that you don't have to watch me fumble and tie that bow. And some glue dot. It's going to go right on top of that piece. And I want to make sure that when I put this piece on for my focal point here, that I don't put any dimensionals where it will show through on the back side, because that wouldn't be as pretty as I would like it. So now I need a dimensional right in this corner, and then part of a dimensional along this edge. There we are. My dimensionals are not showing through. I have my first panel, my second panel, and my third panel. So that is my spanner panel card. And I hope you have liked this second video for my Suite of the Month videos. So if you have not ordered this Simply Elegant suite, you will want to make sure that you order it today, Please go in and make comments and like my video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Until next time, see you later. Bye.